Hi, everyone. I'm glad you could join today. You know, all my life, I've felt kind of lonely and alone, which is crazy because I've been married for over 25 years. So essentially, I kind of felt, even though I was surrounded by family, like that I felt alone. Like I felt at that time thought I was looking for my one true love. I thought that would completely, good Lord. I thought that would complete me. I felt incomplete. And this is, by this time, I'm probably 10 or 11 years old. And I'm really looking for, like, the partner I'd spend my life with. Because for some reason, I just felt alone and incomplete. And I didn't understand, you know, at that time, I wasn't able to express myself. Because I had ADD and I was very hyperactive. I was a handful. And my mom, she was heavily abused as a child. And I really feel like I'm helping to end that ancestral line of abuse, which I was a little verbally abusive to my children, not intending to, but I thought that that's how I had to control them. It was to lecture them and, yell at them because I didn't want to discipline them physically. Not to say I didn't give them spankings. And I was really bad about really just, I don't know. I just feel like I could have been a better father, but my kids turned out great. So between my wife and I and all our surroundings, we did something right. But like I said, my mom, she was abused. And so I couldn't speak. I was afraid to speak. I was afraid to say anything. I was afraid to be present because me being present was me feeling like I had a target on my back, so to speak. Now, most of the time, we got along really well. We were very close. But it's just, I guess, the interactions when it came to discipline or me doing something wrong or I guess just her being stressed, perhaps. I'm not sure. But anyways, I guess the biggest part of that was when I first went to visit my mom and live with her. I was almost 7, I think, and I had a hard time learning back talking. To me, I was expressing myself. If I got in trouble and I had a version of what happened that I wanted to explain myself, I always felt the need to explain myself or explain things, and I would get in trouble, sometimes smacked in the mouth, but my mom considered that back talking. And I kind of shut down, but through all this, as I got older, 11, 12, I felt misunderstood. I felt like even though I got along with everybody, even though everybody loved me and I loved them, I just kind of felt like they were unrelatable as far as like what I wanted in life. And I guess I thought I could have that by finding my significant other at such a young age. And I started dating when I was like 12 or 13, but in my mind I was building this up. And then as I got older, I didn't have that many relationships because I was looking for a more meaningful relationship. I did have one major relationship and I learned a lot from that. And then I came here to Oklahoma, and it's really funny because at that time I was like, I'm done looking for my significant other. I'm done trying to fill that hole. I just want to have fun. I'm going to be 17, just want to have fun. And then I met my wife, which I had met her prior to with my mom. She actually came up with my mom. She's a friend of the family, like my mom's best friend's sister-in-law. And she came out to help us move. And that's when I met her, when I came back from California from a summer trip. And I found out I'm moving to Oklahoma after my mom was getting divorced. So that was interesting. But it's just like one day it just clicked. I don't know. I don't really know entirely. I know that situation, what happened, but I don't know like emotionally when that just happened and I it just clicked, and I'm like, all of a sudden she was a possible candidate for somebody I wanted to be with, even though I wasn't looking for that anymore. But even after marriage and having children, and it was kind of hard for my wife because she's like, I don't understand why we're not enough. And I'm like, it's not that you guys aren't enough. I love you guys. I love all of you. I love my kids, love my wife. But it's like something inside me just felt the need for growth. And from the age of 18 to 28, I played video games. I played Final Fantasy 11 online. I played World of Warcraft, and that was my community. That's really where I leveled up my characters, my crafting, and all these things. And I realized when I was 28 that there's several other things that kind of came into play that I won't get into because it's too much. But ideally, I was like, okay, I'm going to stop gaming for now because I'm putting in 30, 40 hours a week gaming into this community while raising a family and working, and all these levels, all these titles, all these things I could do in the game meant very little in my normal day-to-day life. So that's when I started deciding I wanted to search for something else, like to fill that hole, that need to not feel all alone. But the crazy thing is, from 28 to 43, I found some community, but I never really found people like me. I never found my family, so to speak, my people that resonate with me. So I still felt not lonely at that time, really. But lonely is a horrible word for it because it's not a loneliness. It's like you feel separated, even though you're part of something. And yes, I know that there's conditions out there and things out there where you feel like you're all alone, even when you're in a crowd because you're withdrawn. And it wasn't anything like that. It was just like a need for growth and a need for feeling attached to something not bigger than me, but something that I resonated with. Because everybody around me, like there was some parts like gamers I would game with, people that are interested in, sci-fi, love sci-fi. So there was all these parts of me, but I just never really felt drawn with them moving forward. So now, I'm 44, just turned in September of 2024, depending when you're seeing this. But I feel like now I'm actually finding like people that are so similar to me. It's crazy. And it's similar in the spiritual journey. So it's not, I don't know how many of them are gamers. I don't know how many of them have a love for sci-fi or the paranormal or TV or media in general. Like I was raised on media. Like that's how big bonding thing for me and my family and me in my childhood was watching movies and watching, characters on TV shows and whatnot. Listening to music. Music is a big deal for me. So I don't know about that, but like it feels like a belonging. It feels like I've found my tribe, so to speak, in this pursuit of becoming better. And not because there's something wrong with us, but continually wanting to achieve more, not for the greed of it, but for the growth of it. And so now I'm kind of in a position to where I'm starting to actually find these people, and we're helping lift each other up and move forward in abundance, in business, and helping others. Like we're all so aligned in maybe not the practices that we do, maybe not the vehicle that we're using to do this with, like the vehicle to move forward in business, the vehicle to move forward in enlightenment or spiritual development or personal development, but we're all similar themed, It's kind of like we're all making pizza, but we're making our own version. We're not making tacos, we're not making hamburgers or pot roast. We're all making pizzas, but we're all adding our individual topping, but it's still the same theme. And you're going to find me doing a lot of things like that, like grouping things together. That's just how I am. It's how my mind works, amongst other things. So, anyways, what I'm trying to get to is that I'm finally in a position to where I'm finding the people that I align with. And it's really in the pursuit of growth, in the pursuit of understanding. And it's not like I'm chasing things. It's not like I'm trying to put things together. Things are kind of naturally flowing. And that's really what tells me that I'm going in the right direction. If you find yourself in a position in life where you feel unheard, unaligned, you feel like nobody gets you, nobody understands you, just hang in there. Like, you'll figure it out. Just don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on the not having. Focus on you. It's like they say in relationships. If you want to find the right one, the right person, don't focus on the fact that you don't have. Don't focus on the struggle. Don't focus on, you've got to get out there and it's all about, throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. I mean, that's part of it. I guess that's the grind of it. But I feel like there's a better way. I feel like just going and being you and finding out what makes you, underneath it all, underneath all the hats that we wear, all the masks that we wear, just remove all the gunk and just be you at your core. Find that. And as you look for that, it's almost like you become a beacon and these things become naturally flowing into your life as opposed to chasing them. And I don't know, just really just don't give up. Just keep on, and just, like I said, change your focus. And if things aren't working, you don't have to necessarily change what's not working. You can change your perception of it, and then from there maybe you can find what will work. It's all about focusing on what you want and taking assessments on where you're at and just really being truthful with yourself and honest. So I think that's enough for today. I've kind of twisted your ear enough. I will see you in the next video. Please comment below anything you got from this, any inspiration, any ideas, any thoughts. Any comments, or all comments are welcome. And if it did bother you or trigger you, then just know that that's somewhere that you should focus on. I was telling someone the other day, a thought had came to mind, or I tuned it in, about looking at the cracks in ourselves and seeing the imperfections that we have to fix, and it being hurtful. But I said it in shorter words, but essentially that maybe this is just like extra gunk on top that our ego has put there, and to cover up our light. And instead of trying to fix the imperfections or thinking that we're broken, just try to work on clearing that, and then your light will shine. So let your light shine. Reminds me of that song, Let Your Dim Light Shine. I think that was actually maybe a album cover or something. Anyways, comment below, like if the video helped you, subscribe so that I still show up in your feed and we can have more conversations. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.